hot products that we're going to be selling in the month of June. How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle, and on this channel we go over everything related to Walmart WFS and also Amazon FBA. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on a single upload. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of products that are really hot sellers in the month of June. This is to kind of give you guys an idea of what sells really well on Walmart. Obviously, with Walmart being a little bit of a newer platform, I'm sure you guys are curious as what products are really moving pretty quickly on Walmart. And this isn't to say that these products, push the most volume on Walmart, but they are products that we're going to be selling on that sell really, really well. So that might not necessarily mean that they lead directly to our highest ROIs, but the volume that it's selling on Walmart is much more than the volume of other products that we're actually selling on. And with Walmart, it's a little bit harder to gauge how many monthly sales a listing is getting in comparison to Amazon. Amazon's been around for so long now, and they really make it very clear on how many sales it's getting. But with Walmart, you're still able to figure it out. It's just not as clear, and especially to new sellers when they're getting started on these platforms, it's much, much easier to get started on Amazon and read an Amazon listing just because they give you so much more information. But again, there's pros and cons to that. With Walmart not giving out as much of that information, it is a little bit harder to gauge that stuff, and so it's harder for new sellers to come in and get started on these platforms just because, again, there's more risk there when you don't have all that information. You don't know all that information. You have to take the time to learn it. So again, it can be learned, and there are ways to tell how many sales it's getting, of course, on Walmart, but it takes some trial and error to actually get there because you have to send in inventory and actually see the amount of sales that it's getting for you to really start understanding based on different factors how many sales that listing's getting. So again, I'll keep this video super, super brief. I know that some people are curious about some hot products that are actually selling on Walmart, what type of products sell on Walmart, also how many monthly sales listings are getting on Walmart as well. So we're going to be taking a look at that in this video. Okay, so here we are on an actual listing on Walmart. And the first product that I actually wanted to pull up and show you is right down here. As you can see, this Miracle Smile Water Flosser right here. So again, it's a pretty random product, maybe not a product that you would think that's selling really well on a platform like Walmart. It's not something that's super, super low ticket. As you can see here, it costs us about $22 to purchase. So we do love products that are a little bit higher ticket like that. Again, it's about mid-tier. We do sell products where the purchase price is anywhere from a couple dollars to $5, $6, $7. But also on our higher ticket products, we do sell TVs, monitors, headsets, different things like that, where those at times are a couple $100s, and we've sold on some TVs that are actually over $1,000. Obviously, it doesn't make up a super big portion of the products that we sell, but we have sold on products like that in the past. So this one is kind of a really good middle ground because it's a product that, as you can see here, we sourced for about $22.67 here, but it's a product that's not super, super big. So the higher ticket the product, while it's still able to be a small product for shipping purposes, is really, really a good middle ground to get the best ROIs possible. And again, I know we're not focusing on ROI here, but it's just a side note that I would like to add. Again, if someone's looking to source different inventory, make sure that you always keep in mind the size of the product. So just because it's high ticket doesn't always necessarily mean it's going to lead to better ROIs, because in a case like a TV, it is higher ticket and you're able to profit more, but also the shipping is going to be a lot more because of the size of that product. Whereas a product like this, there's some lower ticket products that are even bigger than this product here. So again, kind of the smaller and kind of the less in weight you're able to find products that cost more, the better off you're going to be. It's kind of the name of the game. Now again, not all of them are super easy to find. That's why selling different electronics can really benefit, because a lot of the times they can still be small products while still being higher ticket, and selling it or purchasing it for $40, $50, $60 in some cases. But what you're seeing on here is this is a product that we're buying at $22.67, and we're selling it for just under $40 here. So the ROI is actually very good on a product like this, but it is also a really good seller. As you can see on here, it does say bestseller down here, and Walmart will give you different badges like this. This is obviously a super good one. They are letting you know that it's getting a lot of sales. Now, to determine how many sales it's actually getting. If you guys would like me to make a video that goes through how you can dictate and determine how many sales a listing is getting, that's definitely a separate video, and I can make that for you guys if you're curious on that. But one way that we know this is a good seller is just by this badge right here. Now, again, I wouldn't just be going off of that. Obviously, for us to figure out how much it's selling, there's so many more analytics that we actually have to take a look at. But that's a good sign to see it first. You know, if you see a badge like that on there, it's on there for a reason, and Walmart is labeling this as one of their better sellers. So this is a product that's selling very, very well, especially in this month. And again, it'll sell well always. Obviously, this isn't a seasonal product, and we don't like to sell only seasonal products just because with that, you know, comes different dips, right? You know, it's great when times are great and it's in season, but when it's not, obviously you have to pull back from that. So we like to sell products that sell the same year round, like a product like this. And then getting into the second one that I wanted to show is this Easy Bombs product right here. So again, you'll see this bestseller badge on here, but you also see popular picks. So it's actually doing even a little bit better in terms of monthly sales than the previous product I had shown. So, and if we go up to here, if we do want to take a look at ROI, it's at about a 21% ROI from where we got it. So not bad, a little bit lower than we like to average, but again, especially a product that's selling at the volume this product is selling at, 21, you know, almost 22% ROI isn't too bad with, again, the amount of units that's moving on a listing like this. So this one's a little bit lower ticket, as you can see here, about $7.75 roughly that we purchased it, and also paid for shipping to get it into the actual platform itself. But you can see, you know, about $1.69 in profit here per each sale on this. And again, this is one that's selling thousands of times on Walmart. So I know a big misconception also about Walmart is that they just don't move a lot of volume, and it's just not true. You know, no one's going to tell you that they move more or the same amount of volume as a platform like Amazon does online. But you know, they're still a massive company, a massive online retailer as well, and they have many listings that are doing multiple thousand you know, sales on those listings. So I at least wanted to, you know, take a look at these two products. These are probably not two products that you would have, you know, originally thought coming into this video that were really hot sellers, but again, a lot of the products that do sell on these platforms can be random. They're not always, you know, your stereotypical toothpaste, mouthwash, you know, toothbrushes, and the big brand names of those. They can be different products like these. So again, I at least wanted to take you guys through, show you a couple hot sellers in the month of June. Again, if you guys do want a separate video that does break down how to gauge sales on platforms like Walmart, you know, definitely let me know down in the comments below, and I can make that video. But other than that, I hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.